Welcome in, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We are new information regarding Nancy Guthrie here. Come on in here.
County Sheriff's Office with this case.
New plea from her family to set her free.
Everyone is looking for
ABC, welcome in. Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
This is an 84-year-old grandma.
Federal, state,
84-year-old grandma. They are looking. They are looking in the backyard at a septic tank. At a septic tank.
On the ground in Tucson.
At a septic tank, folks. Breaking news.
Wants to make a deal very bad. The bet to see what that deal is.
High stakes diplomacy abroad. The U.S. and Iran meet for talks.
We're going to have
Tehran's
multiple streams here for a little bit, guys. It's crazy, Janine. Just a little live real quick. I know everybody's preparing their favorite foods for the Super Bowl. I know I just did. Once again, we're watching JLR investigates. He is boots on ground. We are going to be looking at Fox Live. This has been going on for about an hour and a half. They're looking at a septic tank in the backyard. There was great footage. Somehow or another, they're wrapped around the backyard of Nancy Guthrie. The sheriff is being criticized, folks. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate you guys being here real quick. I'm Sal. This is so bizarre. I still think it's somebody very closely to the family. And let's listen in. Here we go. Hold on. Guys, bear with me here. I got two feeds.
We received your message.
This was yesterday. For those who didn't.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
FBI spokesman Kevin
All right,
Smith
was
told
that the
Associated
last?
Press Guthrie was referencing a message.
Was that the last message to the kidnappers? Now, last night, just to bring everybody up to date real quick. Once again, we're watching JLR. He's welcome people to watch his live. There's other media here. They are looking at the backyard. Last night, they were at the sister's house. The sister is at a secret place, and the brother-in-law, Tomasi. Welcome in. Sudi Wade, welcome in, Mike. Bring everybody up to date. They're at late night last night. We were live. Thank you, Janine. And they left. But this morning, I would say an hour and a half, happy Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. God bless. They are back at this house. Reporters on scene. Fox has the eye in the sky. Fox is on it. Other news outlets, local media. Neighbors have talked and are disappointed at the sheriff. They're all eyes on the sheriff. This could be it for the sheriff. He's made too many mistakes. He was at a basketball game. Who goes to a basketball game on a major investigation? Don't you go to a basketball game next week or 2 weeks when this is over, or a month from now? I understand everybody needs a break. Go home, go to sleep, have something to eat, spend time with your family, and get back to work, because that's why you put the sheriff badge on, yes or no? So the neighbors, or at least one neighbor that was interviewed prior a few minutes ago, says it's not right. We're upset at the sheriff, or at least one neighbor. And a lot of the panel on CNN, Fox, all news outlets, including myself, and I hate to put words in Janine, but I think Janine wouldn't mind me saying this, from the get-go, our moderator, thank you for being here, said, pretty much not real good on the sheriff. Now, the sheriff is back. The same sheriff, the deputy and his associate and his team. There's like two, maybe three sheriffs at this scene. Now, in my thumbnail, and what is that? It's a septic tank. People live on a septic tank when you have these big homes, and they're looking at the septic tank. And I don't know if they're looking for the body or more clues, but nonetheless, that's what's happening on this Super Bowl Sunday. Very, very sad situation. We're going to put Fox on. I'll go back and forth. We'll stay live for about an hour or so, because I know everybody wants to get, got some things going on.
That was sent to the local Tucson TV station, KOLD, on Friday afternoon. He did not.
Can you guys hear?
Specific details from that message.
Can you
Later
hear?
on Friday,
Yes or no?
President Trump spoke out on the investigation.
We have some clues, I think, that are very strong.
Here's
And
Trump.
I think we could have some answers coming up fairly soon.
Turning to other news, the U.S. and Iran
All right,
holding
so we're
talks
gonna-
in Oman about Tehran's nuclear program.
Being in the Mediterranean was off the coast of Venezuela, being part of that blockade.
We're going to pause
And at that
Fox
same
right
moment
now,
in time,
and we're going to go back to our live feed.
Won't even say who it is. Now it says his family.
Sheriff come back. Sheriff came back to Nancy. Now, what we're looking at, guys, is the street where the media can go. Local media, journalists are there on scene as they've been following the situation, and everybody's hoping they can find Nancy alive, of course, alive. And that what we just heard, we discussed this last night, was that a speech of they assume that she's deceased, unalive.
There's something going on.
All right, looks like something's going on here. All right, hold on. What we got, guys? Welcome in. Come on in, guys. Support the channel. Support the channel. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, hello. Welcome in. So here's two more sheriff's department. If anybody is in this area or live in this neighborhood, bring us up to date. Thank you for the heart, Ashley. Thank you. Appreciate your support. Thank you. I'm going to do the best I can to cover this. We're blessed and fortunate. We have a stand-up guy here, JLR, who's been boots on ground doing a fantastic
He's out of
job.
his car here.
Said it was okay to show some of his
But whenever
his
they get out
footage.
of the vehicle, you definitely want to go look into what they're doing because.
So something's
I
going
even
on,
hear
folks.
Somebody else is coming.
Something's happening. This could be the day. This could be the day. What do you think, guys? You think this is the day where they find Nancy? Again, when I say they're searching, I'm not saying they're searching. They could be searching for a body. Because, we said this before, in a lot of cases, more cases than none, on a husband and wife or grandmom or mom, sometimes it's the family member. That's unfortunate, but this is the way it is sometimes because of greediness and money. Money could be evil. And I've said it from the get-go, and a lot of other people have said it. It could be the son-in-law who was, again, let me say the word allegedly, because the son-in-law was the last person to bring her home. It doesn't mean he did anything, yes or no, but he's certainly in the driver's seat of all eyes. And now you ask about the sister. And, was it her sister named Annie?
At my hotel, those little fan things.
Does the sister know what's happening? I'm not referring to Savannah. I'm referring to Annie. I believe her name is Annie. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So we're gonna kind of just sit here and just wait and see what happens. I see a lot of people coming in and out. Chat.
Ongoing.
Still you call this a crime scene.
I'm going to lower this a little bit. Just my thought, guys. If they're looking at the septic tank in that backyard, my opinion just hit my head. Could they be looking for a trace of the weapon? I know we didn't see much blood. I know everybody says bloody nose, bloody lip regarding to the kidnappers. Maybe she fell. Maybe she, just because she's 84 doesn't mean she can't swing, right? There's a lot of 84-year-old women who can swing a little bit. Could that be their blood? Now, nobody said that. I'm saying this. Now, I'm not a CSI or a law enforcement. I'm just, like everybody on here. But could it be the kidnapper's blood? And maybe they threw, they were so stupid to throw something in the septic tank. Now, they're not showing the septic tank because they're not letting the media get back there. That footage that I put on my thumbnail was from the Fox and drones. They were able to capture that. Fox News and other news reports. And I'm just saying, are they not looking for the body, but looking for the weapon or DNA or something like that? So that's where we're at on this Sunday. I hope everybody's doing well. I know everybody's wrapped around this case. Certainly, we for this beautiful 84-year-old woman. She is 84. And, of course, we have a big Super Bowl event wrapped around all this. But could this be the day, this afternoon, tonight, where they find Nancy alive? And also, President Trump has sent Kash Patel. I believe Kash Patel is also at a location, secret location, and he's all eyes on this situation as this is getting huge publicity. I mean, it's amazing on how much people. I mean, you think about it. This could be one of our moms and grandmoms. So this is. Hold on, let me just get back to Fox and see.
You'd be in the Mediterranean. You don't arbitrarily go around in roving patrols, prey.
I'm going to keep quiet for 1 second. I'll put the volume up on. This is live, guys. These are live here on the scene. I'm going to switch over and see if I can find another news outlet here.
Are real, potentially real. I mean, that's what they have to go off of, right? But
hold on.
Could it also be a crime of a different sort? And this is just, hey, look this over here, when this is actually what investigators should be focusing on.
Come on in, guys.
Well, the first note was apparently released, like at least the one from TMZ, but this most recent
good
note
news.
flew under the network. They have not released a lot of details. So I think there was something in that note that was given maybe a proof of life, or finally connecting that the group that's sending these ransom notes, claiming that they have her, that there must have been something in this most recent letter that prompted the investigators to go back to the scene to reinvestigate. So proving that maybe they put something out saying, we confirm this, meaning that they were on the site. So that's what I think why is making that very tough decision. There must have been something enough in that second letter for them to say, you know what, this is who probably has our mom. Let's pay the ransom. I mean, they're at a desperate stage at this point, but there must have been something of detail in this most recent letter that sent the investigators back and made the Guthrie family make this really challenging choice about offering to pay.
I agree.
Without proof of life that we know of.
Yes, and again, just to remind our viewers, the new information that we have today, there is some police activity outside of Nancy Guthrie's house. Of course, the 84-year-old mother who has been, and grandmother who has gone missing, and also outside of Annie Guthrie's home. We really appreciate you helping us to try to connect the dots here, and we just are hoping and praying for her safe return. Thank you. Former hostage negotiator Dan O'Shea, thank you. All right, 14 minutes after the hour, we've got this high-stakes meeting ahead that we're watching.
Yeah, I agree with the panel there on, that was News Nation. There has to be something in a ransom letter. Here's another thought, guys. And first of all, thank you for being here. Let me just turn the camera around real quick, if I could. I'm Sal. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. A couple things here as I'm getting calls here and tips here from my sources. Real quick, guys, if I could. These ransom letters are not 100% could be real. I've said it yesterday. I'm not contradicting myself. I'm just saying it could just be to throw them off, right? And it could have been the family members or one all the time. And let me give you guys a recap real quick if I could. Hold on. Let me just put the phone here and we'll go back. Let me give you guys a recap. Hello. Here's a recap. So he is I believe he was a history teacher. And I believe Ashley, the wife, the daughter of Nancy Guthrie, is both of them are very intelligent writers, teachers of their sort. They're very, very smart. And these letters that went into TMZ and Harvey and other local news outlets in Tucson, Arizona, were well written from the beginning, the middle to the end. Perfect spelling, paragraphs. And could it just be, my theory is this: did they write those letters a day or two before? Or another possibility, they went in to do something else, maybe not to kidnap, and things went wrong. Nancy took a broom, things got out of control. And then the The unthinkable happened. The unthinkable. We'll throw that out. And the other thing is, did they write the letter a day, a week, a month before planning this? They had some financial problems. Maybe Ashley has nothing to do with it. Maybe she's living with a husband who has three lives. There's those secrets. Everybody has these secrets. Some are really bad. And he wrote these letters, or they wrote the letters, to just throw everything off, and try to cash in. As smart as people are, sometimes people think they're too smart. They just think they're too smart, right? And they're going to get away with anything. I just want to throw that all out there. So we don't know 100% that these ransom letters, I know they're going to pay. I don't think they paid yet, because Saturday, most banks are closed and they got to get paid by a Bitcoin, and it's up to 6 million. Hey, Janine, thank you so much for thanks for correcting me. I heard it was $1 million, but in between that, it went from $1 million. They want $6 million, and that sounds crazy. Even these people who are very successful as a journalist, I don't think they're making that kind of money, $6 million, unless they had some kind of a stock, or that's a lot of fazools in a tank. That's a lot of money. So we're covering this live. There's neighbors walking by. One neighbor said to JLR Investigates that he's not happy with the sheriff department, and a lot of the local people are upset on how they're handling the case. So now, the septic tank, the backyard, are they looking for a body, or are they looking for evidence, blood, a shirt, a purse, anything like that? I was going to say something else, but I don't want to say it because it's too graphic. But or they're just going back to because of the sloppy work from the sheriff. They brought the new team in, but I did recognize that sheriff. He's got the gray hair, thick gray hair. So maybe they're just going back because of what they were saying on News Nation. We forgot the septic tank. Let's just go look. It could be that simple. But in any event, guys, last night, 2 hours, they were at the sister's house and the son-in-law's house. Tomas, 2 hours, we were watching it in the dark, no street lights, looking inside the house. We seen the light go on, the light go off. They were in the garage. So let's think. They're back to both locations. Are they just desperate? Or the police department that I just criticized the sheriff, and now Trump brought in more federal agents, are saying, we're not going to expose everything to the media and the public right now. There hasn't been a press conference in a couple days. And I don't think there's going to be one today unless they find a body, alive or unalive. So, sorry, I was getting a call here. Who's here? Hold on 1 second, guys. Who's here? So I'm getting calls from. All right. Sorry, guys. So this is where we're at. So now, they were back at the sister's house last night. Now they're back to the Nancy, the missing 84-year-old woman. Beautiful lady. So beautiful. Looks very young for her age, but now they're back. So that indicates that a couple things. And the biggest thing for me is they're looking very close at the family, or at least the son-in-law and the sister. So nobody's been ruled out as a suspect, but nobody's been accused. They haven't brought in anybody. They haven't, what we're seeing with our two eyes, they haven't brought anybody in custody that we know of. We don't know if they came in, they brought anybody in and sat them down and had some coffee and water, and who's here? Yeah, I'm on a live real quick.
Eric wanted to know if you were going to grill, but I think you grilled already.
I already grilled.
Yep.
Money's the motive. All right, money's the motive. We're going to go back. See what we got. Hold on, guys. Let me just see what we got going on. I'm checking all news, and then we're going to go back to JLR Investigates. Let's see here. Give me a
Are
second.
off the table. The types of weaponry that.
Okay, so let's go back to the feed here. I'll put some volume up. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Whiskey Tango, Crystal, Mike, Janine, of course. Now, the video's a little bit not so clear because there are all these reporters are drawing off the cell towers, and the internet's not the best.
The home of Nancy Guthrie, JLR investigates. Welcome aboard, folks. Seeing what's going to happen here. 12:21.
The dog is barking. The doggy's barking in the back. Yeah, a lot of neighbors are walking by. This could be the day, guys. It could be the day that the family gets some closure. I know, Crystal, you said that last night, and I'm beginning to somewhat agree. Somewhat agree with you. Of course, we get a little bit of spam on here. We got moderators on here doing the best we can. Just ignore the spam the best you can.
Out here, Moms for Justice. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Moms for Justice. So we got an organization now out here. She says she's part of a group called Moms for Justice. Moms for Justice are out here.
So once again, breaking news, guys. They're right back at
advocacy groups and all these.
They're right back at the house of Nancy.
Moms for Justice. Yeah.
Would be used to attack our coastal cities. New.
Hold these private companies accountable on who they're hiring and who's getting behind the wheel.
Sights and sounds there on the ground in Virginia, closing in on the end of their
possible situations as they can. This is how states vary. If you look at the states where we have significant problems.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I was looking at a couple of news outlets and see if we can get some more information. Junkies and junkie. My just say this. I have a family member who agrees with you 100%. Junkies, junkie. Thank you. Yep, I have a family member who's been saying that for the last 2-3 days. Everybody has a different. Uh-oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? This is more. We got that going on too, guys. Still got your ICE riots going on.
All right, that neighbor looked like it. She was mad.
I try to get the.
Hands up. Get out of the road.
Thank you, Whiskey Tank. I try to get the local sheriff scanner. Excuse me, guys. I'm looking down at the new scanner radio. I couldn't find anything but a little bit of static. I'll try it again if we give me a minute.
Oh, man.
I think it's 8 days. 8 or 9. I think it's 8. I think it's 8 days. Mike.
We're just going to sit here and plant the camera and see what happens, folks. See if there's any activity. You'll hear it here first.
8 days. On this tragedy. As far as we know, the sheriff came back. The same sheriff who went to the basketball game to Arizona State. I think it was Arizona State or Arizona yesterday.
Got a massive search coming in the making.
I believe it was Arizona State, and he's getting criticized because he went to the game on an ongoing situation. He is the sheriff. You know, he's not like a media. You know, he's not one of us. You know, people have to go on with their lives, right? But he's the sheriff. You know, it'd be like us if we had a job and we had to report something, we go in, right? Or unless we're sick. He wasn't sick, and he's getting a lot of they're criticizing him. What do you think? Should he be criticized? Would you go to if you are a sheriff, you're not a reporter, you're not just somebody who's praying and hoping that this woman's found. Life continues, right? Like we have a Super Bowl today, but your job is you don't know when these events are going to happen, right? And your job is to complete it until it's completed and then go take a time off. This is a very stressful case for the sheriff and everybody else, but it's very, it's hard. People are always going to criticize you. He did come out nationally and said he made a couple mistakes. He didn't use the word mistakes, but he said, I wish I could have digest and work things out different. But nonetheless, he went to a basketball game. You think was that okay to go to a basketball game? But anyhow, he's back and he's still there. As far as I know, he's still there. I know it's a little blurry, guys, but they're at least we have something to look at and hope that they find her. But he's there in the backyard or inside the house. And there's also, here's some deputies here. I know it's hard to make out. I think these two are just looking, making sure that the media doesn't get too close. But they were looking in here, guys. They were looking in the woods. They were looking in the desert and the Joshua trees. I think they're called Joshua trees. They were looking here earlier too. Now, right now, they're just kind of relaxed and making sure the media is, but the septic tank. What's going on in the septic tank? Why were they around that septic tank for a while? I mean, I think they were around that septic tank for about 20 minutes or so. Whiskey Tango says yes. It's okay. He needed a break. Yeah. So everybody can. That's look at things. It is to Whiskey Tango's comment. They're not used to something like this. Well, I mean, I'm sure they had homicides, and I'm sure they've had break-ins, but they never had anything like this. A ransom for $6 million, $6 million ransom notes. So. It is stressful. People need breaks. All right, he says, JLR says there's a deputy out there. Like I just said.
Indicator that they have plans to do something. It might not be today, it could be tomorrow. Something's going to happen here in this area because otherwise, where they're just guarding the property with private security or maybe.
It doesn't make sense, Crystal.
We've already seen something happen today.
They started at 2,500 and now it's 50 million, or 50,000, excuse me. Correct myself, 50,000. Doesn't make sense. Well, we will see. Could this be the day that they get a big clue and find Nancy alive? Or is it enough to arrest somebody? I'll just say somebody. Arrest somebody, put in custody. And
I don't know. I see a lot of these media running and moving around.
Yeah, I do too. I see media running around too. Yeah.
There has to be at least 50 cars around here. Right?
50 cars, wow. And most of those cars are probably media, independent journalists and local people that are curious around that surrounding area. So you probably have those cars. They can't keep people. It's a public street. You can be on the street. So if you're wondering why they're letting the media here, it's public. As long as you're not in the yard, you're perfectly fine to be on the street.
Yeah, you're from LA.
Perfectly fine to be on the street. So that's why they're not chasing them away. So in case you guys were wondering or confused, You know, as long as they're not blocking a street, it's fine. It looks like it's being blocked here, but I'm sure there's ways. I've seen cars pass by, so they're not blocking the street. Although that vehicle is moving his vehicle away, trying to find a parking spot. It could also be one of the unmarked Federal Bureau cars. I don't know.
Oh, this is neat.
There's also been drones in the sky, and I believe one of the drones was from Fox, and the other drone was the FBI. And I think that's where they said, hey, let's go find a septic tank. Let's see here. Someone said the brother and the sister seems guilty. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the sister yet. Don't quite. I'm 50-50 on the sister, but I'm a little higher percentage on Tommaso. I think because he's the last person, he hasn't been talking much. Although, he's probably scared. Hey, if he had nothing to do with it, folks, let's just say for conversation for 1 minute that the son-in-law has nothing to do with it. How would you feel? I'm just throwing this out there. You're the person, you took the mother home, right? Let's just say he's innocent. You took her home. They had dinner. It's late. I forget the time. I believe the time was... I'm trying to think of the time he took her home. 9:48. I think the time was 9:48. So he takes her home. He's innocent, right? He finds out later that she's missing. And he's innocent. I mean, it's hard. He's a son-in-law. I'm just saying. If he's not guilty. So that could be a reason why he's not talking out to the public. Or maybe he has an attorney. Maybe he has an attorney already. Maybe he hired an attorney because, he knows it's going to come down. And now if he's guilty, and I know a lot of you think he is guilty.
All right, still out here, folks.
Then
keep it here.
I don't know how he's keeping his composure. And obvious, if he's guilty, there's nobody holding the lady hostage, right? Yes or no? So if he's guilty, then they don't have to worry about the $6 million. Now, tomorrow's Monday, which banks will operate, and I'm not sure how the Bitcoin works, guys. Does anybody can tell me how Bitcoin works? I mean, does the Bitcoin go like, we're talking $6 million. It's not a Zelle. You're not Zelling somebody, right? It's not a wire. I mean, what did it take 2 to 3 days to get there? 1 day. Does anybody know about Bitcoin, on how fast Bitcoin can arrive? I'm beginning to think there's that ransom letter was written up and from somebody. One thing I didn't like is, and I'm probably going to agitate some people, but you know what? Sometimes I don't care. I am an Italian American, and that's like saying I'm in the mob. They're saying, "Oh, it figures he's Italian," and that's just not right. I heard a reporter say that, and I'm not going to mention it. Wasn't this individual? This guy's class act JLR. If you haven't subscribed, but I heard. I'm not going to call out their name because that's not my personality. Oh, I figure it was an Italian. We see these things. If it's him, we see blacks, we see whites, we see Italians, we see Luigi Mangione was you see gays, transgenders, all types of people do these crimes. So, but people, that's the world we live in, and a lot of people speak before they think sometimes. All right, let's go back to the scene. Hello.
Yep, just
welcome
down
in.
Here, seeing what's going on, folks.
See if there's anything on the news, guys, real quick. Hold on. We're watching JLR.
I don't know what this is about here. It's more of a just like to see your stamp. I don't know. I don't know what's planned. What's popping off?
All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around real quick. It's getting a little blurry. It's not his fault. It's you have like what 50 reporters there maybe. Hold on. Bitcoin can take up to an hour to transfer a day max. Oh, hey, thank you, Big Daddy, JU001. Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that. Somebody who's actually listening.
Yeah.
Interesting. But appreciate that. But $6 million, $6 million. I don't think it's going to get sent.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think it's going to get sent. I know I've been back and forth on this, like a lot of us. But now that we're getting more information from last night, back to the son-in-law's house, Tomasi, and now back in Nancy, looking at the septic tank, in the house, backtracking, or looking for clues, or looking for the body. I think all eyes now on a family member or members. I still think there's two people involved. And I'm not saying there's two family members, but two people are involved. No, it's not the brother-in-law's house, Patriots. Hey, welcome back, Patriots fan. Good luck today. Good luck. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Go Patriots. I got a little Fazos on the Patriots. Of course, if I win, I'm going to give about 80% to the homeless. Here's the deal. I'm beginning to think now that that ransom note was made up by somebody. Oh, two people. Somebody came in that backyard. Somebody was out in the car as a lookout. It's just that obvious, right? I don't care if you're 84 years old. I said this yesterday, or 24-year-old, or 6'7". It's going to take two people because there's got to be a lookout. And I would assume it happened at 2:30 in the morning. Nancy, most people are sleeping, particularly elderly. However, not to give you too much information, as you get older, you get up to go to the bathroom. And sometimes people get up at the same time when you get really old. And maybe she was up. Maybe she was up already. But regardless, let's say she was up or she heard the noise of somebody coming in.
Okay,
she's not going to just say, take me. And if she recognized them, well, that would be different, right? If she recognized them, oh, hi, did you forget something? And then I'm not going to get into details. I promise I won't. But if it's somebody she didn't know, or they had a mask on, or if they had a mask on, they probably had a mask on, right? She's not going to just say, oh, take me. She's going to use some weapon, whatever she can find that's nearby her bed, or if she was in the bathroom or whatever, and she's going to strike back. Hey, get off me. What are you doing here? And we've seen the blood in the back, or excuse me, in the front. So it could be her blood, probably, or it can also be the blood of the kidnappers or the kidnapper in the house. But I still think two people. I still think there's two. I'm reading Crystal's message here. Interesting. The way her voice is completely controlled, the sibling, no emotions. Yeah, you said that from day since Thursday, Crystal, or Friday, or Wednesday maybe. We've been covering this now. Hey, once again, guys, come on in, like and subscribe. I'm Sal. I don't know what you're waiting for. Come on board. I'm just kidding. We appreciate it, guys. It means a whole lot to our station. But yeah, Crystal's been saying that since Wednesday, Thursday, and even yesterday. Those exact words. If you want to read that message, I'm going to read Whiskey Tango here.
This is super close to the crime scene for active case.
Yeah, I thought about that too, Crystal. Excuse me. Getting you guys' names mixed up. I apologize, Crystal and Whiskey. Yes.
I don't even think it's like a crime scene taped off like crime scene. I mean, obviously.
Whiskey, a friend of mine said that too. And there's no bad comments, guys. This is one of those things. Be free to voice. I mean, it's a bizarre case. I think one thing we all agree on, if you have a pulse, is you want this 84-year-old woman to be found. But there's anything out there.
I would have thought until Nancy's found that this entire property would have been taped off. Let's just use hypothetically with Moscow.
He's right. The reporter. his name is, he goes by JLR. He's right. What he just said, I've said this too. I find it hard to believe when they were there that they didn't search the septic tank. And yesterday, when they were at the brother's house, excuse me, the son-in-law's house and the sister, that they didn't search the garage. Why would they go back? That's too sloppy. That don't make sense to me. You know, they're not rookie cops. You don't just say, oh, 8 days later, 7 days later, 8 days later, oh, we forgot that we didn't know they had a septic tank. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't know they had a second bathroom. That would really be, so I would say no. I think there's clues that they're going back and checking. I hope to think so. All right, guys, let's see what we got here. 11:42 a.m. in the West Coast. We got, what, 2:42 in the East Coast, and local time there is about 12:42, close to 1 o'clock in Tucson, Arizona. And they've been at her house, Nancy's house now for over 2 hours, at least 2 hours. Is she in the septic tank? I don't know. I know they were looking at it for about 25 minutes. And again, let me make this clear. I don't know if they were looking for Nancy in the body or they're looking for evidence that the kidnappers put in the septic tank, right? Oh, put it in the septic tank. Nobody will come here. I don't know. Or maybe they were just ruling out the septic tank. And I don't know if they even have hired a, help me out, what is the proper name? They drain your sewage, and maybe they just, or open it up and, let's go back and look again. Let's look again the third time, the fourth time. So I don't know. You know, I am not there, and I don't even think the reporters know, and I'm not so sure the sheriff knows. I know I'm playing hardball, but I'm not sure the sheriff knows. I will say this about the sheriff, with all due respect. He looks like, from the get-go, like, uh-oh, what did I step into? You know? Do you guys get that feeling of the sheriff? I'm not going to go back and watch it, but when it all happened 8 days ago, I think it was 8 days ago already, 8 days ago, it's almost like I'm getting, he looks like he's ready to retire. You know what I mean? Some people get to the point where, and that's fine, where you got 1 year to go, 2 years to go, and all of a sudden this breaks open. You're like, oh, shit, I'm the sheriff. It's almost like that to me. Yes or no? It's almost like, you know what I mean? That's what I think. The body is on the property of moms. You know, it very well can be. Anna Rose. Anna Rose. That's a beautiful, I love that name, Anna Rose. Yeah, it could be Anna Rose. It could be, very well could be the bodies at Nancy's house or the son-in-law's house, or in between. They live very close together, or somewhere out in the not woods, but the desert, in the Joshua trees and all that stuff. I think they're called Joshua trees. So it could be very by. I still think it's close by. If the body's unalive, it would be a great thing on this Sunday to find Nancy alive. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be amazing. So miracles happen. Miracles happen. Okay, let's see here. Sheriff seemed confused from the get-go. Yeah, he did. He did. Hey, ALC, welcome back. Appreciate you coming back in. Yeah, he did. He looked, like I just said, I could be wrong. He looked like he's just exhausted. You get to the point in your life, you worked all your life, you had some crime scenes, and you were young with a lot of energy, and all of a sudden you're ready to retire. I'm not saying he's ready to retire. I'm just saying he looks like to me that he's been around for a while, and it's like, oh, I'm getting tested here. But he did. I like people, though, who do admit when they were wrong. He didn't say he was wrong, but he did say he wished things would have worked out better. So, he's got to be careful. You don't want to just apologize, right? So, all right, let's continue. A couple more comments here.
Let me go look into Annie. Let me see.
Yeah, I hope so too, Shanti. The first 48 hours are the most, yes. The first 24 to 48 hours, absolutely, Crystal. Yes, very important. And any of these missing cases, kidnapper, allegedly, we don't know. We're still not. I know I said yes, and I say no, but every hour that goes by, every 6 hours that goes by, every day goes by, it's weird, and more stuff's coming out, and we will be looking back at this real soon and saying, "Yep, I was right." Meaning, not me. I'm not saying I'm right, but whoever you guys are thinking in your head or putting a comment, you'll be saying to yourself, "I was right," or you'll be saying, "Huh." Right? So, I would say this, though. I'd be shocked if it was Savannah involved. Yes or no, guys? Real quick. I'd be shocked if it was Savannah, who was supposed to be at the Olympics, covering the Olympics, who worked for, I believe, CBS or NBC, one of them. I'd be very shocked if it was the daughter Savannah. I'd be really shocked. I would say probably not. Yeah, I mean, Patriots, I would almost say rule her out, even though they're saying they're not going to rule anybody out. No, Crystal says, not so fast. She didn't say not so fast. That was Corso on ESPN. I'm stealing his line. All three are involved. All three. Mike says, I would not be shocked anymore. Yeah, you're right, Mike. Some good comments here. See? Yeah. Now, Maribel, a moderator on here, says that she believes 2 out of 3 are involved. 2 out of 3 are involved.
So, still out here, folks. JLR investigates.
She doesn't think Savannah's involved. She agrees with me. I think I'm pretty confident it's a family member, but I don't think it's Savannah. That's just my opinion. They're just showing the media and the same county sheriff cars and the 2 deputies in the back, making sure everything's secured. Mike needs an In-N-Out burger. Mike, I got some sausage and peppers I've been growing all morning, That's my specialty on Super Bowl. Wisconsin is in the house. All right. I'm from South Jersey, Philly area. Appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, I don't know what else we can, if you want to continue, I'll read a few more comments. I think I'm going to go off air. I have to, I got some family and guests coming over, and I have to entertain a little bit. If you want to continue watching this, make sure you subscribe to JLR Investigates, and I'm sure news will have it on. Yeah, Crystal's going to tease you a little bit, Mike, because she always teases me. So I tell you what, Sal, take a break. I'm going to tease our moderator, Mike, a little bit. I'll give you a break. I was teasing Crystal today. I sent her a little of my sausage and peppers. So yeah, guys, I think I'll give you guys one last look here. That's one of the media. They're one of the either a YouTuber or somebody just taking photos of the cars. I don't know. Think we'll have an answer today? I'll send him some. Tell hubby I said hello. God bless. What are you guys going to have? What's your favorite dish before we go off, guys? Because there's hey, real quick, guys, I just want to say this one last time. I really mean this. Prayers for this woman. Prayers for the family. Get some closure. The ones that are not involved. And again, we don't know if any of them was involved at this hour. So, what's your favorite dish for Super Bowl? What's your favorite dish before we log off here, guys? As I got to get ready. Hey, once again, thank you for liking, subscribing, guys. I know we're off our normal topics of, I got to tell you, the protests it was just exhausted for me. It was agitating me. I just couldn't cover it anymore. I think some good news is it was lighter crowds. And then as far as, we but by the way, guys, real quick, I forget sometimes, we are a homeless channel. If anybody's new and feel like watching some of the short videos, short clips, I have a homeless channel. We're out there almost every day. And we'll be out there again today, giving them some sauces and peppers. So they're going to do real well today. Support the homeless channel in any way, shape, or form that you could. A simple thing that's free is liking these short videos and liking this live and sharing out the video. So we'll be back, though, guys, on our topics that we talk to. Certainly what's going on in the world of President Trump and the world of going forward as a nation, but you can't help not. I promised everybody I would stay on this until they found this woman and hope that she's alive. So the homeless channel is on all my shorts. I have about so many short videos each and every day. Did not do it yesterday, but I have them out there. There's like thousands short videos. Majority of if you go to my channel and you go to the shorts, you'll see 90% are short clips of feeding the homeless, and there's like one or two longer videos of interviews, but most recently it's just feeding the homeless here in Las Vegas metropolitan area. We also help out in Jersey as well, and soon to come we're going to be spreading it around to California and other states. That's what's on our agenda, because I don't feel anybody should be starving on the street. We got to work on mental health. We don't ask them if they're a Democrat, Republican, gay or straight, or even illegal. We out there, we help the people out. That's me, and we have a great support on here. With that said, guys, God bless the homeless. God bless the family, because not all the families involved, I would think. And we don't know if the family's even involved at all. So I'm assuming that our deepest thoughts, they find Nancy. Yeah, that's it. Sal Capano. I think you forgot. You just misspelled it. But yeah, Sal Capano. Go on there and you'll see plenty of short. Some will make you have a tear in your eye. Some will make you smile. And that's that. So that's it there. Sal Capano. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Anna Rose. Appreciate that. Yes, that's it right there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for all the support. We'll be back, guys. I got some guests. I got to entertain. And right now it's at a standstill. And let's be positive. If you believe in prayers, let's pray that this woman is found. What are you eating today for Super Bowl? I'm having sauces and peppers, and I got some spare ribs my wife is making, and a beer. One beer. I don't drink much. One Modelo, and a cup of coffee, and a raspberry cake. Crystal, and a raspberry cake. Crystal. Me and Crystal like to joke around. Crystal's our moderator. We couldn't do it without Crystal and Mike or Janine or Maribel or so many moderators. Lemon J's been watching. Is getting better and better. She's a moderator on here. So we have plenty of moderators. Shout out to Sudi Wave. Enjoy the big game. And I thank you for all you do. We thank you, Sudi Wave, and always great to see you. And thank you, members. I don't say it enough. The green, thank you, members. We appreciate it. It's a low price of $1.99. If you can afford it, you don't have to do anything but be with the Lord and pay taxes. Taxes coming up. We appreciate all the green and the memberships on here to continue doing these live streams the best I possibly can. Very difficult situation when you're involved in a woman 84. And also big shout out to Whiskey Tango. Up and on here almost every live, between work, after work, a big supporter, donating every time. So thank you so much, Whiskey Tango. I don't say thank you enough to you, according to my wife. So there you go. And guys, I miss sometimes when we have a large amount of crowd, I do miss comments. Don't get on me. I do the best I can. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to enjoy your, if you like football, enjoy the Super Bowl or the halftime. I'm not going to enjoy the halftime for a number of reasons, but I'll be eating. And if you're not going to watch the Super Bowl, subscribe to JLR. He's one of the best, in my opinion, out there. I think he does a pretty good job. None of us are perfect, including myself, but he's pretty close. Thank you so much, guys. If anything, where they find a body or anything like that, I will come on. Otherwise, other than that, I won't see you guys until either late tonight or tomorrow. Thank you guys. God bless. Have fun. Have fun. Be safe. If you're going out and drinking, use rideshare. Thank guys. Take care, guys. Love yous all. Thank you. Crystal, I'll be sending you the raspberry cake soon. Take care. Thank you, ALC. Thank you for coming back again today. Leon, thank you so much. I'm recognizing all your names here before I end. Thank you so much, all the new subscribers. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Be safe. Enjoy. Take 1 hour.